Have you noticed that your cognitive abilities are no longer what they were? Maybe you have a hard time doing various tasks, having difficulty learning new skills, or feeling a general slowdown of your mental processes. For many adults over 60, this decline in cognitive function is not just an occasional frustration, it is a daily reality that affects quality of life and independence. These changes in your ability to think, reason, remember and process information can be deeply worrying, leading many to worry about their mental future. But here is the truth that traditional medicine rarely emphasizes: significant loss of cognitive capabilities is not an inevitable part of aging. It is often a sign that your brain is not receiving the specialized nutrition you need to work at its best. And the most encouraging news? Many aspects of cognitive decline that occurs after 60 years can improve or even revert when you start incorporating certain brain revitalizing foods into your daily diet. In this full guide, we will explore 5 specific foods with remarkable properties that can help restore processing speed, improve reasoning capabilities, sharpen the problem-solving capacity, and rebuild the cognitive capabilities that you are overriding permanently. This is not any food. They are nutritional powers especially selected by their ability to treat the causes underlying cognitive decline in the aged brain. When the end, you will have a practical nutritional strategy based on evidence to recover your cognitive capabilities without medicines or costly supplements. Stay with me until the end, because you can be surprised to find that the solution to a sharper thought is not in a medical recipe, is already waiting in your kitchen. Now, let's start this trip to revitalize your cognitive abilities after age 60. Number 1. Blueberries. The cognitive improvement of nature. Blueberries can be small, but these remarkable berries have gained the nickname of brain berries among neuroscientists for a good reason. They contain specialized compounds that can effectively reverse the age-related cognitive decline and restore the mental abilities of older adults. If you have a slowdown in your thinking, reasoning capacity, or mental processing speed, incorporating blueberries into your daily diet can help revive the cognitive capabilities you have lost. What makes blueberries so exceptionally effective in restoring cognitive function is their high concentration of flavonoids called anthocyanins, the compounds that give them their deep blue color. These are not just pigments, they are powerful bioactive compounds that can cross the hematoencephalic barrier and directly influence the function of brain cells. Once in the brain, they accumulate in areas specifically involved in learning, reasoning and cognitive processing, where they exert their magic in various ways. First, blueberries are potent antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that damage brain cells over time and significantly impair cognitive capabilities. The brain is particularly vulnerable to oxidative stress due to its high oxygen consumption and its relatively limited antioxidant defenses. Blueberries provide a crucial reinforcement to these defenses, effectively protecting your brain cells from cumulative damage that lead to cognitive decline. But perhaps even more impressive, the investigation has shown that the blueberry compounds stimulate neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to reorganize through the formation of new neural connections. This process is essential to learning new skills and maintaining cognitive abilities as you get older. A reference study published in the Journal of Neuroscience revealed that the blueberry supplements increased neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons, in the hippocampus, a crucial brain region for learning, reasoning and cognitive processing. In addition, blueberries have powerful anti-inflammatory effects on the brain. Chronic neuroinflammation is one of the main factors that contribute to cognitive decline after the age of 60, as it disturbs neuronal networks and impairs communication between brain regions. Blueberry flavonoids help calm this inflammation by creating an environment where brain cells can work optimally and cognitive capacities can recover. Considers William's experience. At 72, this retired accountant was increasingly frustrated by the decline of its cognitive abilities. Tasks that were once easy now required significant effort. They had to read material several times to understand concepts, and their mental processing speed had visibly slowed down. After reading about the cognitive benefits of blueberries, William decided to incorporate a cup into his daily routine. I was skeptical as to the fact that something as simple as a berry could make some difference, explains William. But I started adding a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries to my breakfast every morning and sometimes ate another small handful to the afternoon snack. After about 4 weeks consuming blueberries daily, William noticed something remarkable. His thinking was sharper and the tasks seemed to demand less mental effort. It wasn't a miracle overnight, he says, but after about 2 months eating blueberries consistently, both I and my wife noticed that my cognitive processing had improved. I could follow complex discussions without losing myself, solving problems more efficiently, and my mental energy lasted longer throughout the day. It was like taking the cobwebs from my thinking. Williams' experience is in line with what researchers observed in clinical studies. A particularly remarkable study by the University of Exeter found that older adults who consumed daily concentrated blueberry juice had significant improvements in cognitive function, including better working memory, better blood flow to the brain and greater activation in cognitive processing associated with cognitive processing. These improvements were evident after only 12 weeks of regular consumption. Another impressive research project at the University of Tufts showed that older adults with mild cognitive disabilities who consumed the equivalent of a cup of fresh blueberries a day for 6 months had significant improvements in cognitive performance compared to those who received a placebo. Researchers have noticed improvements specifically in executive function, memory recovery, and mental processing speed, exactly the type of cognitive capabilities that normally decrease with age. To incorporate more beneficial blueberries into your routine, add a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries to your morning breakfast. Cereals, oat porridge, yogurt or beaten, maintains frozen blueberries throughout the year. They keep virtually all of their cognitive benefits. Experiences dry blueberries as a convenient snack option. Added green salads for a sweet contrast with salty ingredients. Mix frozen blueberries with a small amount of water for refreshing ice cream that stimulates the brain. Considers extract or blueberry powder when you have no fresh berries available. Although whole berries provide additional benefits, to get maximum cognitive benefits, seek to eat at least 1 cup of blueberries per day. Although all berries offer some benefits to the brain, blueberries consistently show the strongest effects on cognitive function in research studies. Its high anthocyanin content specifically aims at the aspects of brain function that normally diminish after 60 years. If you have to feel a loss of cognitive capabilities and have not yet made the blueberries a regular part of your diet, this simple addition can make a remarkable difference in your mental function. They are delicious, versatile and now scientifically validated as one of the most effective foods for revitalizing cognitive abilities after 60 years. Number 2, lion's mane's mushroom. The cognitive restorer. The lion's mane mushroom may seem unusual, with its white and disheveled look that resembles a lion's mane, but this remarkable fungus is emerging as one of the most promising natural remedies to restore cognitive capabilities in adults over 60. Unlike other foods that only support brain health, the lion mane contains compounds that actively stimulate nerve regeneration and can help rebuild neural pathways that have deteriorated with age. If you have to feel a decline in your capabilities of reasoning, speed of mental processing, or general cognitive function, incorporating the lion's mane mushroom into your regular routine can help revitalize the mental capabilities you have missed. What makes lion's mane so exceptionally effective in restoring cognitive capabilities is their unique concentration of 2 compounds, hericenones and erinocines, which have shown to stimulate the production of nervous growth factor, NGF, in the brain. NGF is a protein that plays a crucial role in survival, maintenance and regeneration of neurons. As we get older, natural NGF production decreases, directly leading to the deterioration of neuronal networks and associated cognitive capabilities. By increasing NGF production, lion's mane essentially provides the necessary growth promoter environment for brain cells to repair and regenerate. This regenerative capacity is what distinguishes the lion's mane from most foods that support the brain. While many nutrients can protect existing brain cells, relatively few can actually stimulate the growth of new neural connections. The investigation has shown that lion's mane compounds not only protect damaged neurons, but also help regenerate damaged nerve cells and stimulate the growth of new neural pathways, essentially, rereading areas of the brain that began to deteriorate with age. An innovative study published in Phytotherapy Research demonstrated this effect, showing that older adults with mild cognitive disabilities who consumed lion's mane extract daily for 16 weeks had significant improvements in cognitive function compared to those who took a placebo. These improvements were not just marginal, participants experienced significant improvements in their ability to process information, reason through problems and learn new materials. It is important to note that cognitive results decreased after participants have stopped taking the mushroom extract, suggesting that continuous consumption is necessary to obtain sustained benefits. But the cognitive benefits of lion's mane go beyond NGF stimulation. It also contains powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds that help reduce neuroinflammation and oxidative stress, two of the main contributors to cognitive decline after 60 years. By soothing inflammation and neutralizing harmful free radicals, lion's mane helps create the ideal environment for cognitive recovery and neural regeneration. Considers Margaret's experience. At 68, this reform teacher was increasingly concerned about the decline of her cognitive abilities. He had more difficulty learning new skills, noticed that his reasoning capabilities were no longer so clear, and felt a general slowdown of his mental processes. After researching natural approaches to cognitive health, Margaret discovered the mushroom lion's mane and decided to try to incorporate it into its daily routine. I found lion's mane supplements in capsule shaped and started taking them daily, as recommended, explains Margaret. He was hesitant to feed hopes, but he was also determined to experience natural approaches before considering medications. After about 3 weeks of consistent use, Margaret began to notice subtle improvements in his cognitive function. After 2 months, the changes were unmistakable. "My thinking has become visibly clearer," he recalls. "The tasks that were taking me a longer time to complete became easier again. I am to be able to reason about problems more effectively and to learn new information without having to review it several times." My adult children commented that I seemed more mentally sharp and committed to complex conversations. It was not about remembering more, it was about thinking better. Margaret's experience reflects what researchers observed in studies on lion's mane and cognitive function. A remarkable clinical trial published in the International Journal of Medicinal Mushrooms found that older adults who took lion's mane extract showed significant improvements in cognitive test results after just 8 weeks, with continuous improvements during the 16-week study period. Researchers specifically noted improvements in executive function, processing speed, and visual and spatial capabilities, cognitive domains that normally decline after 60 years. To incorporate more lion's mane, which restores cognition, in your routine, looking for lion's handle or powder supplements, certify that they are of reputable companies that test quality and purity. Experiences Lion's Manage, which is increasingly available in natural product stores. If you like to cook with mushrooms, the lion's fresh or fresh fuel freshness. Delicate flavor, similar to that of shellfish, often compared to the crab or lobster. Adds lion's mane powder to coffee, beaten or soup, starts with a small amount, as the taste can be noticeable. Considers double extraction dyes, which capture the beneficial compounds soluble in water and fat for the maximum cognitive benefits. Consistency is critical. Normally, the results begin to appear after 3 to 4 weeks of regular consumption, with more substantial improvements after 8 to 12 weeks. If you use supplements, follows the dosage recommended by the manufacturer, usually 500 to 1000 mg extract daily. As with any supplement, consult your doctor before you start, especially if you are taking medications or if you have health problems. If you are still watching this video and find these valuable ideas, please comment to number 2 below to tell me you are here. And if you haven't signed up I recommend that you subscribe to notifications to lose no video on how to improve your health naturally as you get older. Number 3, eggs, blocks of brain construction. Over the years, eggs have received a bad unmerited reputation, but modern science has rehabilitated their image, especially with regard to cognitive health. These humble basic breakfast foods are, in fact, one of the most powerful foods you can eat to combat cognitive decline and restore mental abilities after age 60. Full of specific nutrients that directly support brain function and neural regeneration, eggs provide a unique nutritional profile that addresses various key factors in age-related cognitive loss. If you have a slowdown of thought, reasoning capabilities, or processing speed, making eggs a regular part of your diet can help revitalize the cognitive capabilities you have missed. What makes eggs so exceptionally effective in restoring cognitive function is their unique concentration of HIL, a nutrient that most people have never heard, but that plays a crucial role in brain health and cognitive processing. HIL is a precursor of acetylcholine, an essential neurotransmitter for memory, learning, reasoning and processing speed. As we get older, our natural acetylcholine production often decreases, leading directly to a reduction in cognitive capabilities. Egg Hill helps restore the ideal levels of this essential cerebral chemist, effectively supporting the neural pathways involved in higher cognitive functions. A single egg provides about 147 milligrams of Hill, about 27% of the recommended daily amount, which makes eggs one of the richest dietary sources of this nutrient essential to the brain. The investigation shows that greater Hill intake is directly associated with better cognitive performance and greater reasoning capacity in older adults. A remarkable study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that individuals with higher Hill consumption performed significantly better in cognitive flexibility tests, processing speed and executive function, precisely cognitive capabilities that often decrease after 60 years. But the cognitive benefits of eggs go far beyond Hill. They are one of the best sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that accumulate in the brain and protect the neural tissue from oxidative damage. Recent studies have shown that these compounds contribute specifically to the speed and efficiency of cognitive processing. A study by the University of Illinois found that higher lutein levels were directly associated with younger neural responses during cognitive tasks in older adults. Essentially, their standards of brain activity resembled those of much younger individuals. In addition, eggs provide high-quality proteins that contain all the essential amino acids needed to maintain brain cells and the production of neurotransmitters. They also provide vitamin B12 in a highly bioavailable form, an extremely important nutrient for cognitive function that many older adults have difficulty absorbing from other food sources due to reducing stomach acid production with age, considers Robert's experience. At 76, this reformed engineer was increasingly frustrated by decreasing his cognitive abilities. It began to take longer to solve problems that were once easy, having difficulty following complex discussions, and noticing a general slowdown of their mental processing speed. After reading about the cognitive benefits of the Hill, Robert decided to make eggs a regular part of his morning routine. I started eating 2 eggs almost every morning, usually scrambled with some vegetables or omelette-shaped, explains Robert. It was a simple change in my diet, but I was curious to see if it would make any difference. After about a consistent egg consumption, Robert began to notice subtle improvements in his cognitive function. After 3 months, the changes were unmistakable. My thinking has become visibly sharper, he recalls. I gave myself again to solve problems more efficiently, to follow complex discussions without feeling mentally exhausted and generally processing information faster. My wife commented that I seemed more mentally committed and faster in the answers to conversations. It was not a return to my 40-year-old brain, but the improvement of my cognitive abilities was significant and important. Robert's experience is in line with what the researchers observed in broader studies. A particularly remarkable study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that adults with higher egg consumption showed better performance in cognitive flexibility tests, processing speed and attention compared to those who rarely ate eggs. Another long-term study, conducted with about 2,500 men in Finland, concluded that those who would eat the most Hill in the diet had better cognitive performance and a significantly lower risk of cognitive decline during a 22-year follow-up period. Some people still avoid eggs due to old-fashioned cholesterol concerns. However, modern investigation has completely unmasked the myth that egg cholesterol has a negative impact on most people's heart health. In fact, egg cholesterol is important to brain health, as cholesterol is a critical component of brain cell membranes and is necessary for the proper functioning of neurotransmitters. Dietary guidelines for Americans have removed previous cholesterol restrictions in 2015, recognizing that food cholesterol like eggs is not a worrying nutrient for most people. To incorporate more eggs that improve cognition into your routine, eat 1 to 2 eggs several times a week, prepared in the way that stout, buckled, cooked, scalded or omelettes adds cooked eggs to salads to increase protein, and choline uses eggs as protein in cereal bowls with vegetables, and healthy fats make vegetables that can be cut and consumed for several days. Prepares breakfast borders with vegetable eggs and beans. What possible to obtain additional brain benefits. To get maximum cognitive benefits, consume the whole egg, not just the egg whites. The gem contains almost all the Hill, lutein, zeaxanthin and other nutrients that support the brain. If you have a cognitive decline and have not included eggs in your diet, this simple addition can make a remarkable difference in your mental abilities. Number 4. Nuts. You have the form of a brain. For some reason it is no coincidence that nuts resemble small brains. Nature seems to have given us a visual clue about their remarkable properties of cognitive improvement. These wrinkled walnuts are one of the most powerful foods you can eat to restore the cognitive capabilities that have diminished after 60 years. Full of a unique nutrient profile specifically beneficial to brain function, nuts simultaneously address various aspects of cognitive health. If you have a slowdown in your thinking, reasoning or information processing, adding nuts to your daily diet can help revitalize the mental abilities you have missed. What makes nuts truly exceptional to improve cognitive capabilities is their perfect storm of nutrients that support the brain. They contain the largest amount of alpha-linolenic acid, WING, a fat bone-3 fat acid of plant origin, of all dry fruits. This is crucial because the omega-3 are fundamental construction blocks of the brain cell membranes, helping them to remain fluid and flexible for optimal neural communication. As we get older, these membranes are naturally more rigid, slowing neural transmission and cognitive processing. Omega-3 of nuts help maintain membrane fluidity, keeping brain signs flowing efficiently and supporting faster thinking and reasoning. But the cognitive benefits of nuts go far beyond omega-3. They are also one of the most rich dietary sources in antioxidants, being higher than most fruits and vegetables on ORAC scale, radical oxygen absorption capacity. These antioxidants, including polyphenols, ellagic acid and vitamin E in a form available to the brain, provide powerful protection against oxidative stress, which significantly impairs cognitive function in older adults. By neutralizing harmful free radicals, these compounds help preserve the intricate neuronal networks responsible for higher-order thinking and reasoning capacities. In addition, nuts contain an impressive variety of minerals that support the brain, including magnesium, which helps regulate the function of neurotransmitters and supports ideal neural signaling. They also provide folate and other B vitamins essential for cognitive processing, along with vegetable sterols and L-arginine that support a healthy blood flow to the brain, ensuring that it receives oxygen and nutrients needed for maximum mental performance. One of the most impressive aspects of nuts is its demonstrated ability to improve various types of cognitive functions simultaneously. While some foods can specifically improve memory or attention, research shows that nut consumption benefits a wide spectrum of cognitive capabilities, from processing and mental flexibility to problem-solving and reasoning. Consider James's experience. At 74, this reform teacher was increasingly concerned about reducing his cognitive abilities. He noticed that his thinking was no longer as fast or flexible as before, that complex reasoning tasks required more effort and that his mental resistance had diminished substantially. After reading about the benefits of nuts to the brain, James decided to incorporate a full hand into his daily routine. I had eaten about a bedroom of cups of nuts every day, usually as a snack in the middle of the morning or sprinkled over the salad for lunch, explains James. I always liked dry fruits, so it was not difficult to add any more. After about 6 weeks of consistent nuts, James began to notice improvements in his cognitive function. After 3 months, the changes were significant. My thinking has become visibly clearer and more efficient, he recalls. I gave myself to work on complex problems with less mental fatigue, to follow complex discussions without losing the thread and, in general, processing the information faster than until then. My wife observed that I looked more sharply mentally and more reactive in conversations. It was not a matter of remembering more, it was about thinking better and faster. James's experience is in accordance with what researchers have observed in broader studies. A particularly remarkable study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that nut consumption was strongly associated with better cognitive test results, regardless of age, gender or ethnicity. Another UCLA impressive research project showed that adults who consumed nuts daily had significant improvements in cognitive processing, mental flexibility, and problem-solving capacity compared to a control group. Perhaps the most notable is that a long-term study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that women in their 60s who ate at least 2 portions of nuts a week had cognitive abilities equivalent to women 2 to 3 years younger than their real age. Researchers observed improvements specifically in processing speed and reasoning, cognitive domains that normally decline after 60 years. To incorporate more beneficial walnuts for cognition in your routine, enjoy 1/4 cup, About a full hand of nuts daily as a simple snack adds chopped walnuts to the porridge of morning oats, yogurt or small lunch cereals in salads for a greater crisp and nutrition in spotlights with lean proteins das as nutritional coverage for fish or chicken mixes them in beaten for greater creaminess and nutrition that stimulates the brain to obtain maximum cognitive benefits. Keep the nuts in the refrigerator or freezer to protect their delicate fatty acids omega-3 of oxidation. Choose raw or slightly toasted walnuts instead of those who have added oils, salt or sugar coatings that can decrease their health benefits or add unnecessary ingredients. If you are still watching this video and find these valuable ideas, please comment it on number 4 below to tell me you are here. Your involvement helps us continue to create content that responds to your health concerns. Number 5. Green tea. Liquid intelligence. Green tea has been revered in Oriental cultures for thousands of years as an elixir of mental clarity, and modern science has now been confirming what traditional wisdom has long suggested. This remarkable drink is one of the most effective natural substances to restore cognitive abilities in adults over 60. Rich in unique compounds that specifically aim at brain function, green tea offers a powerful but smooth way to improve thinking, reasoning and processing speed. If you have to feel a slowdown of your cognitive abilities, making green tea a daily ritual can help revitalize the sharpness and mental clarity that have been lacking. What makes green tea so exceptionally effective in improving cognitive function is its unique combination of caffeine and L-theanine, an amino acid with powerful effects on brain activity. This special combination creates what researchers call calm alert, an improved mental function without nervousness or anxiety that can result only from caffeine. L-theanine promotes alpha brainwave activity, the same pattern associated with a relaxed state of attention that is ideal for a processment, the most cognitive, high, problem-solving and creative thinking. The cognitive effects of this combination of caffeine and theater were widely studied. A remarkable research project published in Nutritional Neuroscience found that participants who consumed both compounds presented significantly better performance in demanding cognitive tasks, in comparison with those who took only one of the compounds or a placebo. Researchers observed faster reaction times, greater accuracy and greater ability to switch between different cognitive tasks, precisely the types of mental capabilities that often decrease after 60 years. But the cognitive benefits of green tea go far beyond its caffeine content and theanine. It is extraordinarily rich in catechins, in particular in galactosa, epigallocatechin, EGCG, powerful antioxidants that demonstrated oxidative stress brain cells and promote neurogenesis, new neurons, in brain regions involved in higher cognitive functions. A reference study published at Molecular Nutrition and Food Research demonstrated that regular consumption of green tea catechins helped preserve the activity and connectivity of brain regions involved in working memory and, in the executive function, cognitive domains that normally have a decline, substantial with age. Perhaps the most impressive is the fact of long-term population studies have shown that regular green tea consumers have rates of cognitive decline significantly slower than non-consumer. 1 large longitudinal study accompanied more than 1,000 older adults during 5 years and found that those who drank green tea more often presented a substantially better preservation of cognitive abilities than those who rarely consumed it, with benefits that seem to be dose dependence, plus tea, more protection. Considers Elizabeth's experience. At 79, this vibrant reformer was increasingly concerned with the decline of their cognitive abilities. Discovered that his thinking was no longer as fast or clear as before, that the tasks complex mentally made her fatigued and that her ability to process information had seen visibly. After reading about cognitive benefits from green tea, Elizabeth decided to replace her morning coffee with this millennial drink. I started drinking 2 cups of green tea a day, 1 in the morning and 1 early afternoon, explains Elizabeth. I found that, in fact, I preferred the softness of green tea compared to the strongest effect of coffee. After about 3 weeks of this simple change, Elizabeth began to notice subtle improvements in her mental clarity. After 2 months, the changes were significant. My thinking has become visibly clearer and more fluid, he recalls. I found that I could maintain mental concentration for longer periods, without tiring, processing information more efficiently and, in general, think more clearly throughout the day. My friends from the book club commented that my analysis of our readings had become more insightful in my contributions to the most articulated discussions. I was just about being more alert, it was about thinking better. Elizabeth's experience reflects what the researchers observed in studies, clinicals. A particularly notable study published in Psychopharmacology found that participants who consumed green tea extract daily for 16 weeks showed significant improvements in working memory, attention and processing speed compared to those who took a placebo. Another impressive research project demonstrated a greater connectivity between frontal and parietal brain regions, essential neural networks, for higher cognitive functions, after regular consumption of green tea. To include in your routine more green tea that improves cognition. It starts with 2 to 3 cups of green tea a day, preferably varieties. Organic. Prepares it properly to get maximum benefits. Use water around 175 degrees Fahrenheit, not to boil. Infusion for 2 to 3 minutes. Considers matcha, a green tea powder for men. What is the full sheet? For even higher concentrations of beneficial compounds. If caffeine sensitivity is a concern, try to prepare your first cup with a 30-second infusion. Lay out this liquid and infuse the leaves again. This removes most of the caffeine, keeping many beneficial compounds. Drink your last cup at least 6 hours before you lay down to avoid the benefits that can neutralize the benefits that can neutralize the negotiation, which can neutralize the negotiation, which can neutralize the benefits that can neutralize the negotiations. Gnidivs considers the possibility of taking high-quality green tea extract supplements. If you do not like the taste of tea, consult your health professional. To get the most cognitive benefits, choose, whenever possible, tea instead of tea sachets, as whole leaves usually contain higher concentrations of beneficial compounds. Adding a little lemon can increase the bioavailability of green tea catechins, while adding milk can reduce the absorption of some beneficial compounds. Final considerations. Revitalize your cognitive abilities through nutrition by completing this exploration of foods that can help restore cognitive capabilities after 60 years. Devotes a moment to reflect on the profound connection between what food and the proper functioning of your brain. The softening of thought processes, the decline of reasoning capabilities and the decrease in cognitive processing, which many consider inevitable aspects of aging, are often signs that your brain simply needs better nutritional support. By incorporating these 5 powerful foods into your regular diet, you are providing your brain the specific compounds it needs to revitalize neural connections and optimize cognitive function. We will review the 5 remarkable foods we have approached and can help reverse cognitive decline after 60 years. Rich anthocyanins that cross the hematoenceic barrier to improve neural communication and stimulate brain plasticity. Lion's Managed contains compounds that stimulate nerve growth factor and actively regenerate neurons. Supply the eggs. The eggs supply production of neurotransmitters and for communication between brain cells. Nuts provide omega-3 and antioxidants that support neural membrane function and protect cognitive networks. Green tea offers a unique combination of caffeine, L-theanine and catechins that improve various aspects of cognitive processing. What stood out for IT? Which of these foods that improve cognition will incorporate more consistently into your diet? Perhaps you have ignored the blueberries, without realizing that they contain compounds that actively promote brain plasticity. You may never have heard of the mushroom lion's mane and its remarkable ability to stimulate neural regeneration. Or perhaps you have avoided eggs due to outdated cholesterol concerns, losing your essential brain hill. The beauty of this approach to cognitive health is its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need expensive medicines with potential side effects or complicated medical interventions, just a purchasing list centered on these 5 powerful foods. And contrary to pharmaceutical approaches that often only aim at symptoms, these foods address the causes underlying cognitive decline, nutritional deficiencies, oxidative stress, reduced neural plasticity and impaired neurotransmitter function. I encourage you to try to add these foods to your diet consistently for at least 2 months. Cognitive improvement does not typically happen overnight, it gradually improves as you provide your brain the nutrients needed to repair, regenerate and optimize your function. It considers the possibility of maintaining a simple diary, noting any changes in your speed of thinking, reasoning and general cognitive function as it incorporates these foods. We would love to hear your experience. Please leave a comment below by sharing an idea of this video that has surprised you. or a food that plans to incorporate more consistently into your diet. Your experiences and questions not only help us create better content, but can inspire other people who face similar challenges with cognitive decline. If you find this valuable information, please like, subscribe and share this video with someone you like and who may be undergoing cognitive changes. Your support helps us continue to create evidence-based content that can really make a difference in people's lives. Thank you for investing time to learn how to support your cognitive health through nutrition. Remember, cognitive abilities at any age are influenced by foods that ingest consistently. The best time to start nurturing your brain better today. Your future will thank you for the gift of sharper thought and improved cognitive function.